Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show, and welcome to another review brought to you by VENGER SATANIS. Another one of his books landed in my mailbox. Actually, it landed in my mailbox twice. Venger, you sent me the same thing twice, so now I've got 2 copies of Pulp Cities of Chalt, and I've got 3 copies of Chalt number 3. One I purchased, one I got extra with the Kickstarter, but you sent me a double package of the Kickstarter, so I'll be sending that back to you because I'm sure that was unintentional. And the other copy, the extra copy that I got, that's going out to a special friend who I think might appreciate it. I hope so. But this one runs about 185 pages, I want to say, with all of the usual, stuff we come to expect from Venger after all these years. There is toward the end, there's a couple of adventure ideas, and there's a bunch of inside baseball with some of the things he's done at the conventions and some of his online games, and there's a lot of that. I did notice that he thanked a bunch of people for their specific contributions in the text, not in the credits, but where it was appropriate. He thanked people. One guy in particular who was coming up with names for rock bands. I might steal some of those, or I may have accidentally come up with a couple on my own, because there were a couple that I'm like, those are pretty close to stuff I've used, but I mean, what are you going to do, right? But all in all, another weird book by Venger. The art was, some of it's by Midjourney and some of it's by a friend of his. I'm now starting to be able to tell who's who in the art. Plus, there's a lot of his own stuff in here, with his funky language that one of these days he'll let us know exactly what all those things said by giving us a Rosetta Stone, I'm hoping. He keeps saying, no, it's nothing. I know it's something, man. There's no way it doesn't have meanings. There's some really good stuff in here, but the clown stuff, that's a little too creepy even for me. But, there was only one picture that would make my boy cringe, and it's not that bad. I've seen worse. The Seinfeld references are a little on the much side this time around. I never watched Seinfeld. I never watched shows like that. I was too busy actually gaming, or the other thing that I'm guilty of. But there's some really good stuff in here. I'm not a big fan of this stuff. I'm not going to say I don't like it. It's just every time I see it, this particular style, it reminds me of Adventure Time, and I don't know if that's intentional or not. But I get very, Adult Swim, Adventure Time vibes from it, and there's a whole bunch of crap that I'm gonna steal. But I was thinking about this while I was reading. It's like I don't think I could ever run this and do it justice. I could do an okay job, but I don't think I could get it as weird as he would. It'd be Gonzo, that's for certain, But he's got this connection with his own world that I'm wondering, have any of you guys out there ever run this world on your own without him nearby or in the actual game? Because I'm kind of thinking this is so him. That I don't know if anybody else could run it. So I'm going to leave you with that question. I know there's one guy out there saying, I'm going to run it one of these days. And you know who you are, and I know who you are. But I'm more likely to, just steal ideas from here than to try to run his world. Although being in one of your games, Venger, is on my bucket list. But I almost feel like I would do some sort of damage or break something if I did that. Does anybody ever get that feeling with this, or anybody else's IPs. I always feel like, you know, I'm going to do something wrong, or I'm not going to do it right, and people are just not going to, you know, it's like, yeah, nice try, Shadow, but stick to your own stuff, because you can't run this or you can't run that, which, you know, I haven't actually heard. But I always feel like that's what the reaction I would get if I tried to run this. So, Venger, let me know when you're going to put me in one of your games, because I ain't getting any younger here. And that's, you know, top 10. It's on my top 10 bucket list, gaming list, not the other list, of things that I absolutely want to do is play in one of your games. And unfortunately, since you're not going to be doing any Avenger cons for a while, I know you're going to bring them back. I can see into the future, but, you know, that might be after I'm here, you know, on to the next adventure. But let me know out there, folks. Do you run this, or do you just mine it for ideas? And Venger, have you played in anybody else running your world? And how did that go? Because I'm real curious, because it's one of the things that's always held me back when running other people's IPs, is that I just don't feel like I could ever know it well enough. But that's what I've got for you guys this morning. A short one. Definitely, if you don't have it already, pick one up. Complete the set, as you can see I'm trying to do. Also, Venger, let me know what other books you have in the boxes in the basement, because I might know a couple of people interested in them besides myself. But I will be back in about 45 minutes with Second Breakfast, the Tuesday edition. I've got to keep it to 2 hours this morning, because I got some other stuff I got to do. I got to go to the bank and some other things like that. But I will see you guys all real soon. Until then, love you. As always, happy trips.